Okay, it's me, Matt. I'm here in Vegas, always in Vegas, stuck in Vegas. We're down to the conference championships here in the NFL. Two good games on paper. I don't know how bettable they are, but I'll go over them. Buccaneers and Packers. I like the Packers for a long time now, as going to the Super Bowl, maybe even winning the Super Bowl. But Tampa Bay looked pretty good last week. So, it's a close game. I've got, my numbers. Also, I went ahead and did the numbers, those Ken Osterman numbers from the Quick and Dirty Method. Put them at about 4 points favorites. The Packers, right now, they're 3.5 point favorites. So, I don't think there's any overlay there. I mean, it's a bet for fun. I'm not going to be making any money off that game, but I'll watch it. It's going to be a good game. As far as betting goes, the Buccaneers are 10-8 against the spread for the season. That includes the playoff games, and the Packers are 11-6 against the spread for the whole season, including the playoffs. So they're both teams have been. You didn't lose any money betting on them for the season and in the playoffs, but yeah, you're not getting rich off any of those teams. But they're almost evenly matched. I mean, 3.5 points. As far as betting goes here in Vegas, that means basically it's a coin flip, but you give the home team the 3-point field goal advantage in case it gets tied at the end of the game, or if it goes into overtime, usually a little bit of advantage to the home team. So it's an evenly matched game, and they're saying the Packers have the advantage, being at home, and that may come down to it. But Brady, first team, from what I read, I didn't verify it, first team to ever have home field advantage for a Super Bowl will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll be interesting if that happens. The second game is a little more fascinating because you've got the Bills and you got the Chiefs. They're playing in Kansas City. So right now it's Chiefs -3. Last I heard, Mahomes will be going, but he had a bad concussion. I mean, I didn't go to medical school. But, when they showed him trying to get up, he looked like a boxer who was trying to, boxer gets hit, he goes down, he's a man, he's trying to get up, beat the 10 count, that he ain't going to do it, they call the fight. And, for many years they didn't call that a concussion, but, when that happens in boxing, usually you don't come back for several weeks. Whereas in football, they're just now getting around to talking about concussions. Same with hockey, is the same way. Hockey and football, big concussion problems. And I don't know if they say he's going to play. I know he wants to play. He wanted to play in that game. It's just like a boxer. It says, don't call the fight, I'm fine. Mahomes wanted to play. He's a man. He wanted to go back in there. But, they had to take him away and had him checked out. So, I'm sure he wants to play. But the question is not whether he plays or not. That'll be reflected in the odds. If they go with Henny, then the odds would be reflected in that. That's why the last time I looked, Chiefs -3, I thought, well, that means Holmes is not playing. But then, they act like Holmes is playing, and it's a big difference. But if he plays, how effective will he be? I mean, I don't know. I mean, concussion is a strange thing. Sometimes people come back from it very quickly, and they do fine. And the effects of concussions, of 2 or 3 concussions, especially little concussions over time, don't really manifest themselves until they get retired and they can't speak. And boxing is called punch drunk. They used to call it punch drunk, and they can have problems. So Mahomes could come back this week and play a great game, and that concussion won't be felt for a time. I don't know. So, I mean, if Mahomes, if he's playing, I still like the Bills, assuming everything's fine. And the reason is just the numbers. I mean, if you bet on the Chiefs, I looked it up, I bet on the Chiefs twice. They lost once, lost my money, and they had one push. That was money that I had on the Chiefs. So I got my money back on one bet, lost the other bet. But if you bet every game that the Chiefs had, and I had to write this down because they're the defending Super Bowl champions. But if you bet they went, including the playoffs, 6 wins, 10 losses, and a push. And it kind of makes sense because they're the defending champions. People are going to bet too much on them, and they look pretty good this year. But this is betting. This isn't winning or losing. And you know, of course, they got an outstanding record. The Bills, on the other hand, are 12-6 against the spread. That includes the playoffs. 12-6. And interestingly enough, the first 4 games of the season, they went 3-1 against the spread. Everybody's making money off the Bills. Then the next 4 games, they were 0-4. Everybody's losing money on the Bills. Everybody got off the Bills. And then after that, nobody believed in the Bills again. In the next 10 games, they went 9-1 against the spread. So in their last 10 games, 9-1. And you know, these guys they're just underrated. I mean, that's all there is to it. As far as betting goes, the Chiefs overrated, the Bills underrated. So you almost have to bet on the Bills just for that. The one thing that's odd is that there's the 3 points, and I need to check on that because, you know, for the Chiefs to only be 3-point favorites, and that's with Mahomes. Yeah, I think the Bills are finally getting the respect they deserve. So maybe that's a good number. Maybe the -3 Chiefs is a good number, or maybe it's -3 because I haven't checked on the Mahomes situation, but I think he's going, and I think the Bills are just getting a lot of respect now. Having said that, yeah, Mahomes, if he plays, it's too unpredictable how he's going to play. And the Bills are going to go out there and be the Bills, and they're going to play a solid game for sure. Bills, the Chiefs, I'm not so sure because of their problem with the quarterback position. So anyway, in summary, I would say, yeah, I'm going to look for the Bills to win, and I'm just going to watch I'll just watch the Packers Buccaneers. That could be anybody's game because, you know, Packers look great, but you know, all year the Buccaneers have been up and down, but they seem to be putting it all together now. So that's going to be a good game, I think. Anyway, I'll be back next week talking about the NFL, or actually the Super Bowl will be 2 weeks from now. I'll be back for one last NFL video though. So remember to check us out. Our links are below. Publishing. We have a lot of gambling books, especially a lot of sports gambling books. You'll probably like some of them. Some sports you probably don't. I personally, I like betting on football, especially I'm more college football, but because of the way things were this year, I did not bet too much college football. And I love hockey. That's my other big betting sport. Golden Knights. I haven't made a single bet this year, but on a side note, I'll probably be doing some videos on hockey betting. But good luck and enjoy the games.